Today we're going to talk about 10 tips that I think are extremely helpful and valuable when you're first starting a YouTube channel and you don't know what the heck you're doing. All right. Welcome to another video. As you can see by the title, you're going to find out my top tips for starting a YouTube channel. I know I'm still new, I know I'm still young, I'm a newcomer to the platform, but all the things that I've learned over the last year, I think it's been about, I think are super helpful. They have helped me over this time, and I will keep going and doing it. So let's get started. Tip number 1, just start. You're always kind of talking to yourself in your head, like, when I get a good cover banner, I want to start. When I get a good camera, I'm going to start. When I get a better mic, I'm going to start. When I get lights. I was doing this. I was telling all my friends, my family, I'm going to start soon. When I get X, Y, and Z, when I do this and that, they were all like, dude, just start. Like, you need to start somewhere. You're never going to be perfect, and you're never going to feel like you're fully ready, because it's something scary that you're doing, and you're never going to feel ready for something that is scary for you. So exciting, but still scary. So just start. Yes, you can do research and you can prepare yourself for what you're about to do and understand what you're going to do, but learn as you go, because this is a platform that is more of like unless you go viral and are an instant success, this is more of a long-term game. So get that long-term game started as soon as possible. Like, get it started yesterday. So just post something. Post and get that going. Yes, you're going to be cringy in the beginning. Yes, it's going to be like, oh my God, I'm getting so much better now. I almost want to like delete my old videos. Don't. The more videos you have on your channel, the better. So just leave them and keep making content and posting. Tip number 2, figure out a niche. Now I know that's going to be like, oh, like everyone talks about a niche and niching down. And this is really like important, because you need to kind of know what your channel is going to be talking about, what you're going to like say you're talking about. I think it's nice to have it on your banner. Sorry about that, my card was full. About niching, I think it's really nice to have on your banner when people get to your channel. It's nice to know what type of content they're going to expect seeing on your channel. It's like better to have it there than have them try to like sift through the titles of your videos and figure it out themselves. So it's good to know for you to start coming up with your content, but it's also good to be able to like let people know what you're doing. There's like a niche, and then there's like a subcategory niches, and then there's, do you niche down? Do you get super specific? Listen, I think different things have worked for different creators on YouTube, and I think different ways of doing it have worked for different people and creators on YouTube. I think having like a nice niche umbrella and then having different types under there is cool. That's kind of what I'm doing. I know that some people that get super specific can get super popular that way, or it could be too specific. So I'll leave that up to you to like play around with and to do your research on that. But at least having some sort of niche where you're not like doing a fashion haul one day and then personal development the next day and then soccer one day. Like, it's just too all over the place. No one will want to subscribe to something that they're not clear on what they're getting. When you're niching and figuring all of that out, you can also start answering some questions about what type of audience is watching this type of content. How old is that person? What's their gender? Like, all those things help you get a little bit more clear on your channel. So that's like more detailed. But number 3, consistency. I know you hear it all the time. I'm sure you already know that you have to be consistent on YouTube. It is very important. And I have picked Thursday at 8:30 a.m. to post, and I have not missed a post in a year. I have posted every single week. Now, I'm getting a few subscribers every day. I'm getting some more views every day. It's a slow and steady climb, and I'm cool with it. Tip number 4, batching your content can really help you get all of your videos out of the way filming wise for the month. Let's say if you do 4 in one day, then you have 4 weeks of posting. You should be posting minimum 1 time per week. And if you get them all out of the way in one day, then you could be editing them in, a week or two, and then you get to schedule them on YouTube, schedule them as posts, and then that you're set for like a few weeks where you have them already scheduled with the date and time, which is super great to help you with your consistency. So batching your content is a really great idea. I've had times where I've batched content and it was so great, and then sometimes where I was scrambling to get a video out, and it just was such a nice feeling when I had batched content. Thumbnails, something it was like a no-brainer to me, is like, and I don't get it when I see this still, where people will use the title of their video and then they'll put the same thing on their thumbnail. And it's like, don't you see that as using that extra real estate, if you will, of like getting more words out there to describe what your video is about? So don't use the same title and the same thumbnail. So that's about thumbnails. Make them pop. Ideally having yourself closer to the camera like this, like stick to one side maybe is what I've been doing to give myself room to put text, or thumbnails that have a really well lit face do really well, rather than me like super far back and you can't see my expression or whatever. So being closer up and a nice quality photo is ideal, good lighting, and then a catchy text that is not too long, 4 words max is ideal. Sometimes it's hard and you have to go more, but that's that. That brings us into the title. So for titles, it's a little bit more work. You definitely have to do your research, and they have all of these great sites where it helps you do your research on what is searchable, keyword search, your tags when you're uploading. But for titles, you can use vidIQ, TubeBuddy, Answer the Public. They have all these great kind of websites where you can put in the general idea of what video you want to do and then see what is being asked and then use that title for your video. Number 7, having a little note in your phone for YouTube video ideas. Now, sometimes you could think like you're going about or I've done this before where I'm going about my day and I'm like, oh, that's a good idea for a video. And I'm like, I'll remember that. I don't. Take the extra 2 seconds and write down that idea in your notes, because I'm telling you, one day when you're like, oh, what should I film? And you can go to your notes and see those like awesome ideas, even if it's 3 ideas or 10 ideas, whatever it is, definitely helpful when you're feeling a little bit of like a blockage of creativity. Number 8, I suggest learning about the beast that is YouTube. Learning about it, listening to podcasts about it, watching YouTube videos about it. I love watching Catherine Manning, Think Media podcast. I love learning about it because it makes me feel like I'm part of a community that is like trying to understand YouTube and like learn and do well on YouTube and reach more people on YouTube. So devoting time per your week to learn about YouTube, the algorithm, the tags, how to be pushed out by YouTube, and like all of that stuff. So number 8 is continuously learning about YouTube. Don't just think you understand how it works and then just create content. It's an ever evolving platform, so just keep learning about it. Number 9 is, and I totally get this because I was one of these people at first. I was like, I don't want to tell my friends and family. I'm like shy to have them see me or whatever. You need to start with telling your friends and family, because you need that little bit of like a jump start to having some subscribers, having some traction to your videos. Like, you don't want to just post and hope no one finds you. Like, you want people to find you. You want an audience. So tell your friends and family, get over the shyness. I had to, and I'm totally cool with it now and love their support. And I love when they're like, texting me like, oh, I just watched this video, and like, it's cool. It's really fun. So tell your friends and family, get their support. Number 10, guys, number 10, just don't stop. This is the part where people, after maybe who are in my position or even earlier, like, it's been almost a year I'm doing it. I have 300 and something subscribers. You could think, oh man, this is a lot of work for not that big of a return yet. I'm not reaching that many people yet, or, whatever you would think, or whatever I sometimes think. But Do not stop. This is a long-term, long road, long-term game, whatever you want to call it. And it just doesn't, like, people are so used to immediate gratification, but like that's not how this works. And I've come to terms with that. And there are so many awesome women that I know from here in Montreal that I've either went to high school with or went to college with that are incredible YouTube sensations that I love watching. And you know, they didn't start this last year. They started this 5 years ago or 6 years ago or 4 years ago or 7. You know, you cannot expect, oh, she did it and like it took her 2 minutes to do, why aren't I there? No, it didn't. It took a lot of hard work and dedication, consistency, and, you know, pushing yourself and being like holding yourself accountable. Like no one else will set up this light that I have here and set up my camera and give me my content ideas and write down all of my stuff. Like no one else is going to do that. It takes a lot of work, but it's super rewarding. Even with my 300 and something subscribers, like it's super rewarding. One of my most popular videos has my fearful avoidant attachment style got 4,000 views. My dismissive avoidant got like 2,000 views, and in the growing stages. But it's cool to see a little bit of like, oh, look at that, like jump. People were learning about it, and people were writing to me and then writing like their experiences in the comments, and it was such a cool situation. So basically number 10 is do not stop. When you feel like quitting, you know, let yourself feel it for a few minutes, but then get your camera out. Don't just quit after 6 months or a year or even 2. Like, you got this. Consistency is everything, and you're gonna do great. So those are my tips for starting a YouTube channel and what I've learned along the way. Even though I'm not massive, I do think that these are very helpful. I hope if you've been thinking of starting a channel, just do it. It took me long enough. It was years I was thinking about doing it. Do it. You got this. Please hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so that you get notified every time I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Start the channel.